Hello and welcome. Today we are going to have a brief practice with a little bit of movement and some breath work leading into meditation. So come and find yourself in a comfortable seated posture using any support that you need. You can use a blanket, you can use a meditation pillow, you can use a block or two, you can even use a chair if that's what you need to use to find yourself such that you have a nice tall spine. Once you're in a seated posture, bring your hands down on your knees. Palms can be up or down. They can be in the chin or the Jnana Mudra. Both of them have the index finger either at the tip of the thumb, palms pressing up or palms pressing down. And then just gently close your eyes. As you close your eyes, bring your awareness to your breath. Without changing anything about the breath, start to slowly follow the breath. As you continue this process of observing your breath, start to notice how it feels when the air moves in through the nostrils. Maybe you can notice where is it that you feel the air touching in your nostrils. Could be the tip of your nostrils, inside edge, outside edge, or all the way to the back of the nose. Notice how the air feels as it moves down the throat toward the lungs. Notice slowly the expansion of the rib cage as the breath comes in, and then the gentle softening as the breath moves out. And after the next full breath moves through, allow your breath to deepen. All you're doing now is to allow the same volume of air to fall just a little bit lower toward the base of the lungs. In the process, start to notice the slight lengthening of the torso as your spine elongates. A brief expansion of the rib cage, a slight ballooning of the abdomen. And then as the breath starts to move out, start to release the navel toward your spine. Slowly lifting the diaphragm back in and up toward the lungs, allowing all the air to gently release out through the nostrils. Continuing this process for the next 3 full breaths. Soft, long, full inhale. And equally long, gentle, effortless exhale. As you finish up your last full breath with this observation, go ahead and gently release the hands beside you. Open your eyes by looking first down to the floor and then lifting your gaze. We'll get just a little bit of movement going here. So as you inhale, reach the arms out and up overhead. As you exhale, allow the hands to come back down beside you. Let the breath guide your movement slowly as we have established the pattern for the breath, using it to lift the arms and then using the exhale pattern to slowly release the hands back down beside you. Do that one more time. Good. And this time, as you come into the space, bring your hands together, clasping them, turning the palms out and up overhead. Let them lift as far up as you can get them. Take one full breath here. Inhale again. And then as you exhale, gently tilt the torso over to the right. Pulling slightly your fingers over to the right, and then pressing that right arm away from you. So there's a nice length on the right side, along with the left side. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale to the other side. As you come into this space, once again, pull that arm over and then slowly press that bottom arm, your left this time, out away from you so that you still have length on the left, even as you feel the stretch on the right. And then inhale, come back upright. And on an exhale, allow gently the hands to come back down beside you. Let's recross the legs, bringing the front to the back and the back to the front. Taking the time to gently, once again, allow the spine to settle. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, reach your hands in front of you and slowly move forward the torso, hinging from the hips. Keeping as much length in the torso as you can, even as you come forward. Let your breath once again be the guide, lengthening on the inhale and softening on the exhale. Continue to lengthen the torso. Once you're more than halfway forward, feel free to gently bend forward from the torso, releasing the head down toward the floor, chin to the collarbone. One more full breath in here. And the next inhale, lengthen the torso. Coming almost halfway up. And then as you start another breath here, inhaling, come back all the way upright. Inhale again, right here. And then move the torso over to the front leg, whichever is your front leg. As you twist the torso over to that front leg, lengthen the torso. And then on the exhale, once again, start to come into a forward fold, reaching the hands straight out in front of you, keeping that opposite sit bone to the floor. Again, use your breath to guide you as far forward or as little as you can go into it with full comfort. That comfort is gauged with your breath or the effortlessness of the breath. Next inhale, lengthen the torso, lift back up as you inhale, coming as you exhale, unwinding, and we'll recross the legs, bringing the other leg forward this time. Inhale, lengthen in the center, and as you exhale, twist the torso over to the front leg. Once again, next length on the inhale in the spine, and then exhale, fold forward. Keep in mind that both sides of our body are different. And depending on when you are doing the practice, you may be tight or loose in the body. In the morning, there's a gentle stiffness. So find yourself moving into the space slowly and gently. But if you're doing this practice at any other time of the day, where you've given the body a chance to move around, you might find that you have a little bit more comfort in reaching over this time. Enjoy it. And then next inhale, lengthen the torso and lifting up with that breath as you exhale, unwind. Good. We're going to go ahead and move onto all fours. So coming to your mat so that your shoulders are on top of your wrists and your hips are right on top of your knees. Go ahead and just bring yourself into the space where you can find a lift of the body up off the floor with the support of the shins and your arms. Spine stays neutral. Take one full breath here. Take another full breath. Press into the floor. Lift and lengthen the torso again, reaching the crown forward. As you exhale, start to gently bring the chin to the collarbone, tailbone toward your belly button, and then allow the chest to move back toward your hips, slowly releasing them to the heels. Inhale, pull forward, torso lengthens again, crown reaches forward, and then once again moving with the breath, slowly and gently pressing the chin to the collarbone, chest to the thigh, allowing the hips to move toward your heels. Move with the body and as much movement as you have in the length of the torso. Make this your flow. We'll go ahead and move for the next 4 full breaths. So move with your own breath. Allow for that nice, soft, gentle pause at the top of the breath and at the end of the breath. Keeping it natural. When you finish up the 4 moves, come back to all fours into that neutral space. This time we're going to curl the right toes under and move so that we can get a full extension in the leg. So still keeping the shoulders on top of the wrists, extending one leg so that you have that nice full length in the spine along with the back leg. And then when you're ready, inhale and lift. Lift the back legs, toes pressing away from you or heel pressing away from you, whichever feels comfortable for you. And if this feels right, you're welcome to reach the opposite hand straight out in front of you. Use both the limbs that are on the floor, your palm and your shins, to give you that extension from the tip of the finger to the back toes. Slowly release the leg and the arm. We'll go to the other side, curling the toes under, lift the other leg, knee off the floor. Give the body a chance to gently come into this space so that you have a nice soft support, neutral spine, and then lift the leg up off the floor. Good. If this feels right, go ahead and reach the other hand straight out in front of you. Let your breath become your guide. And then after the next full breath, bring the hand and the knees both back down. Inhale fully here, and then as you exhale, gently round the back. Once again, pressing the chest toward your thighs, head toward the floor, hip toward the heels. Come into the child's posture. You have a choice to release elbows down and palms up, or if you prefer, you can even have the hands all the way down beside you. Your forehead can rest on the floor, or if you have a block, go ahead and use a block so that you can rest the forehead upon the block. We'll stay here for 3 full breaths. And then when you're ready, go ahead. If you have your hands beside you, bring the hands in front of you, shoulder width apart, spreading the fingertips, snuggling the tips of your fingers into the floor. When you're ready, inhale, lengthen the torso forward, come back to all fours. If you used a block, move the block away from you. This time we're going to curl the toes under and move up and back into down dog. So when you're ready, inhale fully here. And then exhale, lift the knees. Gently keeping the knees bent, press the chest back to your thighs. Lengthen the torso, coming into a down dog. First one for this practice. Taking a full breath here, allowing your body to feel the length in the spine as you press the tips of your fingers to the floor, creating that length in the torso. Inhale, come forward to all fours. Exhale, uncurl the top of the foot, press back to child's posture. So we're going to take this flow to be our movement for the next few breaths. Chakravakasana, all fours, curling the toes. As you exhale, moving to Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Pausing in this down dog or the Adho Mukha Svanasana posture for 3 full breaths. When you're ready for the next inhale, come up to Chakravakasana, all fours, uncurl the toes, move back to Balasana, child's posture. Making this now your flow for the next 2 breaths, pausing as many as 3 breaths or as few as it feels right for you. But coming into the space of down dog, taking the time to pause here, really feeling the length in the torso, not as much in the back of the legs because we still want to keep the soft bend in the knees. And then when you're ready, come back to all fours, uncurl the top of the feet, and gently press back to child's posture. Moving one more time with your breath at your pace. And then just taking the time to just gently relax over here. Once again, turning the palms up. So any strain you created in your wrist can be released. Of course, there's always the option of bringing the hands down beside you and bringing gently the forehead down toward the floor. Use any prop that you would like or need. Blocks in front of your forehead or blocks behind you so that you can allow the hip to come settling down if your hips don't reach the heels. Next inhale, we'll come back to all fours, moving any props you have aside. Good. And then this time, as you curl the toes and move up and back on the exhale to down dog, we're going to work a little bit with the back of the legs. So inhale fully over here. Then gently keep one knee bent and press the other heel down toward the floor. So you now start to feel the length, not just in the front body, but also in the legs. And then slowly bend both knees again, and then press the other heel down to the floor as you straighten that leg at the knee. The movement stays in the knee, so there is no shifting of the weight in your front body. Your breath is still your guide, keeping it long and effortless. And then next inhale once again, come to all fours. And this time, as you curl your toes, go ahead, use any prop you need to. Bring yourself back so that you're seated upon your hips. Torso is lifted up. Take a moment. Good. For the next move, we're going to stay on our knees. So as you inhale, reach the hands out, lifting the hips off the heels, coming so that the arms are up overhead. As you exhale, we're going to come pressing all the way back, the hips toward the heels, all the way to the floor. And we'll start from here again. Inhale and reach, hands out, lift all the way up. And then exhale, bring the hands to the sacrum as you gently allow the torso to fold forward. We'll move from here now. 2 more times, moving with your breath at your pace. And this next time you come up, we're going to pause at the top. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. Exhale and release the hands down beside you. Take a moment to pause here. We're going to change just a little bit the pattern of our movement. So inhale and reach the hands out and up. As you exhale, gently bring the hands halfway, almost like goalpost arms. So if elbows are bent, wrists are above the elbows, elbows in line with the shoulders. And then inhale and lift. Exhale, gently release the hand, lifting slightly the sternum. And then come back up. We'll flow again a couple more times over here. This time as you inhale and lift, go ahead on the exhale, allow the hands to come all the way back and down beside you. Come bringing yourself into a comfortable seated posture. Once again, take any support that you need so that you're seated with a nice tall spine. And as you take this break, we're going to come to our breath. So when you're ready, go ahead and slowly and gently bring the awareness to your breath. And without changing anything about it, just start to follow the pattern of your breath. You've created just a tad bit of movement in the hips and in the shoulders, created a little bit of length in the spine. So now as you bring the awareness back to your breath, you're welcome once again to bring your hands, palms up or down on your knees. We're going to use nyasa, or the placement of our fingers, for the next few breaths as we follow it. So we'll start with the base of your thumb as our focus. Index finger is going to bend over and come to the base of your thumb. And then as you inhale, you're going to allow the index finger to slide up to the tip of your thumb. And then as you exhale, it's going to come all the way back and down beside you, or back to the base of the thumb, I should say. And then we're going to start with the thumb at the base of the fingers, with this time the index. As you inhale, it's going to slide up to the tip. And as you exhale, back to the base of the index finger. And we'll continue to use the thumb for the rest of the fingers. You can relax your hands on your knees. Inhaling, sliding the thumb up to the tip of the finger. Exhaling, sliding it all the way back and down to the base. And then moving over to the next one. As you finish up, go ahead and relax your hands. Take a moment to pause. Good. For the next move, we're going to go into a move into the breath, almost like Kapalabhati, but it's not as pronounced. So we're going to start with the hands at the abdomen, right below the navel, right above the pubic bone. We can have the dominant hand on top and the other hand on the inside. We'll allow the inhale to become normal, and exhale becomes our focus. So over here, let me just demonstrate for the first one. You inhale normal breath in and out. And we'll start to bring the focus on the exhale by pressing your palms in toward the abdomen. So as you inhale normal breath in, exhale, 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 exhale. Because we're pressing the palm in, there is that movement of the abdomen moving toward the spine, which is what we want. So we'll do this for the first few breaths. Try not to let there be a collapse in the spine each time you go into it. So even as your hands come in, it might feel like you have a little movement up at the upper torso. The movement actually stays at the navel area, at the solar plexus. No further up. So when you're ready, we'll go ahead and start that move. Inhale fully. Exhale, normal breath. And we'll start this time. Inhale. Go as many or as few breaths as comfortable. 5, 7, 8, maybe 10, but no more than that. Take one full breath in between. Normal inhale. Normal exhale. And we'll start another cycle, same process. Inhale. And go up to 10 breaths, as many or as few. Only the exhale becomes our focus. Another cycle starts now. And then take a moment to breathe. Release your hands. If you need to clear out your nostrils, go ahead and blow it out. So for the next cycle, which will be the same exact one, you have a choice. You can start if you feel uncomfortable without the hand, to keep the hand at your navel, just like we did before. But if that doesn't work, then we're going to go ahead and release the hands and give it a try to bring the navel to hug the spine as you come into the space. So you're basically moving from the pubic bone just up to right below the belly button, just up to and no further than that point. So when you're ready, inhale fully. Exhale, normal breath. And we'll do 3 cycles. Again, go as many or as few breaths as feel right. Pausing between the breaths for 1 full normal breath. When you finish up the cycle of 3 full movements, go ahead and allow your breath to become normal. And now just allow yourself to stay in this space with just normal movement of the breath in and out, keeping your hands comfortably on your knees. And stay here for as long or as little as it feels right for you. If you would like, you're even welcome to put a timer for 5 or maybe 7 minutes of sitting here with the focus just upon the breath. Keeping the spine long, collarbone open wide, crown lifting up, facial features soft. And when you feel that you are done after the 5 or the 10 minutes, you can slowly open your eyes to move into the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.